This week, this is the center of the Ton Koopman Academy that is taking place this year. The Ton Koopman Academy is a collaboration between our early music department and those of the conservatories of Barcelona, Brno and Paris. So students from these 4 institutions gather together here for a week to practice, rehearse music by Bach and Buxtehude this time, under the guidance of Ton Koopman himself.
I think it's important to do this very early Bach and Buxtehude in the pitch as it was done. So it's much higher than is normal. That's for the students quite unnormal. It's new way of thinking, new way of playing, new way of thinking about your strings, how to survive. And interestingly that the music sounds completely different. And I think it's important to introduce this.
It's really nice to have the opportunity to meet people who are also studying in other music schools from Europe and have the chance to talk about how are things going there and in Barcelona. And maybe, I don't know, we can keep in contact and make things in the future. That's really nice.
You know, I think it's important for us students to be put in professional situations where we can work with higher level people, you know, with lower stakes, you know, because it's really hard. There's a lot of pressure when you're being paid and there's money being spent and things like that, and you have to, you know, be at a very high level. So it's good to have like a softer environment to do like really high level stuff, but it's kind of like a intermediate between the professional world and, you know, our student.
Ton is considered one of the big pioneers of the early music movement that started in the 20th century actually. So he's been around for decades.
Yeah, he's always positive. He's encouraging, full of motivation, and this is very nice and pleasure to work with him.
What I want to teach the students is that they are allowed to perform beautiful music, fantastic music by composers where they maybe never look at. This Buxtehude is so unknown and it's one of the greatest composers from the 17th century. So it's worth to know the music, because if you play it, it's still a different experience.
It's important for us that our students prepare for the professional world, for their professional life, and expand their network. And therefore it's so important that they have contact with people studying in other places in Europe. That's why we have these strong connections with those schools. And we love to invite them to come to our place for a week full of music.